Fall in. What's up, fam of Liberty, and also everyone else watching this video who isn't following this channel for some inscrutable, mysterious, unknowable reason? It's your boy Big Sarge, or the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty, a social media organization that's been steadily enraging MAGA fuckface ass clowns and reclaiming patriotism since 2015. If you saw us out in the streets at a protest for the first time, or you're new in town, I know what you might be thinking. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Sing along if you know the words. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck neo-Nazi illegal immigrant Elon Musk. Fuck the GOP. Fuck all these limp-dick Democrat politicians that aren't out there in the streets fighting for us tooth and nail. And fuck the wealth-hoarding sociopaths, the billionaires, but I repeat myself, that have their fucking boots on the neck of just about every American citizen. Neither this channel nor its comment sections are a safe space for boot-licking simps, for a Russian asset, adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, failed insurrectionist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, wannabe authoritarian tyrant, or his sugar daddy, the world's biggest supervillain, thin-skinned, beta bitch-made man-child moron cuck from South Africa that nobody fucking elected. Now you know where I stand on things, so if you're still here and you're not frantically rage typing in my comments box like a triggered snowflake who thinks he's gonna get in my comments and talk shit effectively, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch the video and deciding whether or not you like the cut of my jib. Fix bayonets! The Code of Conduct applies to all members of the United States Armed Forces at all times. There are 6 articles in the Code of Conduct. The legal authority supporting the Code of Conduct is the UCMJ, or the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Article 1 of the Code of Conduct is, I am an American fighting in the forces that guard my country and our way of life. I am prepared to give my life in their defense. This article establishes a fundamental identity and a commitment for all members of the armed forces, essentially emphasizing their role in defending the nation and its values. Articles 2 through 4 talk about surrender and conduct during war times, being a prisoner of war, so they're not germane to this discussion at hand. Article 6 begins with, I will never forget that I am an American fighting for freedom, responsible for my actions, and dedicated to the principles which made my country free. It emphasizes the soldier's identity as an American, fighting for a cause that is rooted in the ideals of freedom. It highlights the individual's accountability for their action. It underscores the commitment to the principles that the United States was founded upon. Many of you have asked, Sarge, do you think the military would follow orders to attack civilians? And I don't know the answer to that, but I know that we are living in the dumbest fucking timeline imaginable, and the laws that govern our country are a joke when you're the one with the power. Citing the military code of conduct becomes relevant because there is a growing fear among the American civilian population that their nation's military will be weaponized and ordered to participate in police actions against them, despite the fact that this is expressly forbidden by every fucking law in this country. Laws that the current administration either flat out ignore or that it flagrantly violates. Out of all the Republicans in the United States Congress, not a single goddamn one of them has the balls to stand up to Trump. Some of them have indicated, tacitly or perhaps somewhat overtly, that they've been pressured or otherwise threatened to stay in line. Some of them are just as afraid as you or people that you may know. There are Democrats and independents that are resisting, but they lost badly in an election that should have been a sure thing, so they don't have a majority. So then, let's talk briefly about impeachment for a minute. I've seen some of you talking about impeachment and how we should impeach. For those of you with the memory of a goldfish, a Democrat majority impeached Donald Trump twice between 2016 and 2020. Impeachment means essentially jack and shit when you don't have a 2/3 majority of votes to convict in the Senate. Either you have a supermajority of votes in the Senate or enough popular support and public outcry as to make it impossible for people to vote against conviction. In today's hyper-polarized, hyper-partisan political environment, good fucking luck making that happen. We have boot-licking, lick-spittle toadies like closeted Lindsey Graham out there unironically and totally seriously saying that Trump should be Pope. This same Miss Lindsey Graham, who is famously severely anti-Trump, suddenly flip-flopped faster than his shower shoes slapping against the shower floor to get to the hot water. Everyone suspects that Donald Trump has some sort of compromise on Lindsey. What it could be, I don't know, because everybody knows that Lindsey is in the closet and nobody really cares if he is, except maybe Lindsey and a couple of slack-jawed, blue-blood cousin fuckers with deep pockets somewhere in the South Carolina. So what could be worse than that? I don't know, but it's awful telling that Epstein's best friend Donald Trump won't release that list. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Come at me, Lindsay, you bitch-made cuck. Anyway, like I've been saying for over a year, y'all need to wake the fuck up because nobody is coming to save you but you. The Supreme Court is a laughable joke. And if the conservative majority isn't out there sucking the orange crystal light out of Trump's mushroom pee-pee, crystal light, you see what I did there? Then it's voting unanimously that he's violating the Constitution, and y'all see how that worked, right? Fucking joke. Completely ignored. In Congress, I'd laugh my balls off if they weren't so sore from all the fucking that I've been doing just to put food on the table. But I digress. Congress controls the purse strings, and that's been completely ignored. Even congressional Republicans are enthusiastically getting cucked. And I'm not trying to kink shame, but it's kind of embarrassing how fast they hand over the riding crop and pull down their pants to get spanked. So 2 of 3 branches of government are an utter fucking joke. No, wait, sorry, they're a laughable parody of a joke, which essentially means that the system of checks and balances is dead and buried. We have law enforcement agencies claiming that they have the authority to storm into your house without a warrant. The 4th Amendment expressly forbids that. The Second Amendment actively discourages it and suggests that you do not. However, because we've allowed our nation's law enforcement at the local, state, and federal level to essentially become an unofficial branch of the military, and by that I mean allowing them the kind of weapons and battle rattle and military vehicles that we were barely even providing to our soldiers when we first invaded Afghanistan and Iraq. And basically where I was going with that is that if you decide that you're going to pop off some shots at dudes kicking in your door, I mean, we know how that's going to play out. But hey, maybe it'll fucking cause a couple of them to stop and think in the future sometime. I don't know. So I suppose that all these Second Amendment shall not be infringed dudes out there who previously wished a motherfucker would are actually just a bunch of bought and paid for dime store bootlicking simps for their oppressor. These ammo-sexual wannabes bought all those guns and ammo and plate carriers and hockey helmets and sunglasses so that they could fight the government when it oversteps. What they really meant is, I have a small dick, I have no balls, and both my intestinal and testicular fortitude only exists when it's time for me to murder pussy hat-wearing liberals or whatever weird perverted fantasy they jerk off to. These people are a fucking joke. Yeah, I keep using the phrase fucking joke, but I don't think that I can adequately and properly convey my contempt and disgust. A lot of you stumbled across one of my rant videos, and some of you had visceral reactions before it even started playing. You saw the beard, the patriotic or military-themed shirt, the clickbait title with angry veteran rants about something something, and the name Sons of Liberty. I get it. You saw the channel logo, the chopped up snake, and you thought, this motherfucker, let me go make fun of... Oh, wait. There's a good fucking reason that I do what I do and how I do it, how I do. I think that worked. And that's because I'm a goddamn American. I'm a flag-waving patriot. And these symbols, this attitude, this spirit of resistance and defiance, these are mine. They do not belong to MAGA cultist sheep any longer. You MAGA fuckface ass clown cosplatriots out there watching, your lack of patriotism is disgusting. And I'm reclaiming what belongs to us. And by us, I mean US. I know some of y'all motherfuckers can't spell. I said it. Hashtag not sorry, not sorry. These things are not a fetish for bootlickers. They're not symbols and concepts casually discarded because suddenly the oppressor is oppressing the liberals or whatever mental pornography gets your little starter pistol firing. Yeah, that was a gun joke and a dick joke. I will resist to my dying breath, and if it should be my time to be called home, then let me die on a pile of empty brass. June 6th is the anniversary of D-Day. The Sons of Liberty will participate in Operation Overlord, a peaceful protest in which we assemble in support of our grandfathers who fought against fascism. We will assemble in Washington, D.C. like our forefathers did in 1932, the so-called bonus army. We are the bonus army, and no, you don't have to have served. During the Great Depression, many veterans were struggling financially, and so they marched on Washington, D.C. to exercise their constitutional right to assemble peacefully and to seek redress from the government. Congratulations, America. You are now part of the bonus army. After the past 100 some fucking days of bullshit that we have all been put through, you have every right to consider yourself a fighter who has been thrust into a struggle that you didn't ask for. You are now part of the bonus army. Welcome, Population U. You are a warrior and an American, so it's time that you act like it. I will see you on the National Mall on June 6th. And if you missed the Sons of Liberty at the January 18th and the March 14th protests and all the other ones that we've been to, now's your chance to get your sweet ass down to D.C. and stand beside Big Sarge, my fellow admins and staff, and the fam of Liberty. There's a sentence in the Ranger Creed that says surrender is not a Ranger word. Well, America, quit is not a Fam of Liberty word. Like I've said before, I know a lot of y'all can't make it to a protest, or you're not physically or mentally able to participate, and that's fine. There's still a place for you in the resistance. The resistance starts with us, and I do mean us, as in you and me. You want to know how you can get involved in the Sons of Liberty resistance movement? We've organized Sons of Liberty chapters by region and state all across the country. Please do not ask me in the comment section if we have a chapter in such and such state or such region. What you need to do is get on Discord. Get on our Discord server, because that's where our organization starts its base of operations. For OPSEC purposes, I'm just not going to respond to your inquiries about where we are. I have a whole ass video on the subject of OPSEC, or Operation Security, and OPSEC is essentially the practice of denying information to your opposition, whoever or whatever that may be. So watch that video if this is a foreign concept to you. Pete Whiskey Leaks Keg Breath should have paid attention to that fucking video, am I right? I promote the Sons of Liberty Discord server in almost every long form rant video that I do, because Discord is where our Fam of Liberty is based. It's also where you get vetted for signal. Whilst we do have off-topic channels, we also have regional sections with helpful resources for those regions. In those spaces, you can organize with your local Fam of Liberty for things like rallies and protests and bake sales. You can get vetted for signal, which is how we coordinate protest actions and other things. No Houthis or journalists in there that I know of. On our Discord server, you can learn about practical things such as self-defense courses, find firearms instructors who are local to you and who are left-leaning. You can learn about home defense and home security. You can participate in firearms discussions with subject matter experts. I know some of you out there aren't down with like the ammo-sexual life or whatever, and that's fine. You can also learn about growing your own food in your own victory gardens, and then canning and jarring and preserving food. You can figure out your shit hits the fan contingency plans, because it looks like we're hitting critical mass, baby. You can build first aid kits and bug out bags, link up with other Fam of Liberty members who can assist you with, say, moving to safety if you need to be safe, going out of state for some camping with some newly discovered long lost aunts and uncles. For those of you who have mentioned in the comments sections that you don't see our social media posts or videos, even though you follow us, on Discord, you can get updates from our social media, which does make our Discord ping heavy, thanks to the webhooks that we use to integrate our various social media notifications. But you can disable those when they get too annoying. There's a channel called Ping Roll. Go there, press a button. If you're having trouble with Discord, I have this whole ass YouTube tutorial on how to get onto the Sons of Liberty Discord server and get set up with your access permissions. So if you find yourself needing assistance with getting on Discord, you can watch that video and get a head start. The invite link to our Discord server is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video and all of our other videos. That invite link is also in the YouTube and Facebook video description and in the YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions. On Facebook, I also have this whole pinned post with our social media details, as well as a Linktree page that has all the socials there as well. If you like the shirts like this one or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, along with some other stuff like my Snowflake Tear Collector glass that I have, Big Sarge's big mug, and Sons of Liberty battle flags, which I'm embarrassed to admit are on a backlog because the printer is slow as fuck. The Sons of Liberty merch store is listed in the Linktree in our YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions and in the YouTube video description. New merch goes up all the time, and a lot of these designs and merch get added specifically because you request them in our comment sections or you send them to me for free $99 to put up there for you. I said the other day in my YouTube comments that I was working on a Don't Simp for Your Oppressors design, and I meant to get that posted like that day, but I didn't. I'm still retooling the design that I want to use. I'm going to go with a Statue of Liberty wrapped in chains, but I got to get off my ass and make that work. I think I may also put up a Let Me Die on a Pile of Empty Brass t-shirt, so if you like the sound of that, then let me know in the comment sections. If you like our video content, we have a whole social media presence elsewhere on like 14, 15, 16 different platforms, so we'd appreciate it if you'd follow us on all of our other socials, whichever ones that you have. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of our videos and the Linktree, which can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we would also appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. It's a little bit of a different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, you already knew that. Anyway, I don't often use TikTok for long-form videos. I primarily just post little shorts since they've essentially shadow banned us and limited our reach on TikTok. But you can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. So you can go find the relevant Sons of Liberty account on that platform and share the content that we have, including this video, because it's probably linked there already. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comment sections on social media. 7 words is apparently the magic number for the algorithm to decide that your comment, your engagement on our content is more meaningful and thought-provoking and has a higher priority than a drive-by LOL or what you said. So therefore, it should suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. That's how the algorithm works. It works on most other social media platforms, so be cognizant of that on places where you support your favorite content creators like me and my fam of Liberty and the staff of Liberty admins who also post content. On that note, if you have watched this video all the way to the end and literally nothing that I've ranted about has stirred your mental processes to gift you with the words to leave a comment here, but you still want to help us beat the algorithm, then the phrase, "I made it to the end, Big Sarge," is actually 8 words. So if you can't think of anything to say, despite all of the rage bait that I've thrown out there, then there's a suggestion for you. 2 claps and a Rick. Don't simp for your oppressors. Fight like your ancestors. Join or die, fam. Woo! One team, one fight, motherfucker. That's what's up.
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!
No shit. There I was scrolling my comments with my morning coffee, and it was like 4 MAGA douchebags paddling a douche canoe across a douche lagoon in my comments, upset that I gave their mom a pearl necklace, a neck wax, a spackling job from the big knob.